John Yarns. Today we'll be making this halter top, also known as a festival top. Please be sure to click down on the link below and subscribe to my channel. Okay, today the materials we'll be using are this is a 4mm G crochet hook, and we will be using Caron Simply Soft prints. I also use a scrap piece of yarn as a stitch marker. I don't use anything expensive. Anything works for me. First, we will start with a slip knot. And we'll begin by chaining 15. After you complete your 15 chain stitches, we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Now single crochet in the next 12 stitches. Leave the last stitch unworked. Okay, on the last chain, we're going to place 3 single crochets into the chain. 1, 2, 3. The middle chain will be considered the very top stitch. You should put a stitch marker in a second crochet so to mark the top of your stitch. Okay, single crochet down the rest of the chain. That should be 13 single crochets. I'll meet you at the other end. We completed our first row. Now we will chain 2. This does not count as a stitch. Turn your work, half double crochet into the same stitch. Continue placing half double crochets up to your middle marker. We will call this the top from now on. The top is the center single crochet that you placed. Right there, we will always put an increase of 3. Alright, I'll meet you at the top. Alright. Here's a half double crochet. We're at the top. Let's place our 3 half double crochets in the very top. 1, 2, this will be my center, and 3. Alright, let me place my stitch marker in. This will help me find a location on the next row. Okay, all we're going to do now is half double crochet down the opposite side all the way to the end. I'll meet you at the end. Let's work the last 2 stitches together. There you go. 1 and 2. Okay, right here we'll chain 2 again. This does not count as a half double crochet. Alright, let me stretch the work out for you. We're going to repeat this same pattern all the way around, increasing at the very top marker with 3 and back around again. Repeat this pattern 9 more times. I'll meet you at the completion of all of your rows. Alright, this is my very last row. Some people may need less or more rows depending on your own cup size. Alright, we'll put in our last half double crochet. Okay, right here we will chain 3. 1, 2, oops, forgot one, 3. Turn your work. The chain 3 will count as a double crochet. Skip 1 stitch and double crochet in the next. Chain 1. Skip a stitch, double crochet in the next. Chain 1. We're going to do this all the way up into the top marker. Okay, we have put this double crochet in. Instead of chaining 1, we're going to chain 2 around this curve. 1, 2. And we're still going to skip 1 space and double crochet. Chain 1 and skip a space and double crochet in the next. We're going to continue this pattern by double crochet, chain 1, skip a space, all the way down to the end of the cup. Okay, this is what it should look like so far. You can see the edging. Now just make a set of 2 because of course it's a bralette. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to stitch these 2 together. I start with a new strand in the yarn and of course make a slip knot. I chain about 100 chain stitches. This will take a while, so of course I'm going to skip through this and I'll meet you at the end of 100 chains. We're going to slip stitch to join on the very first cup. Even a little tricky for me, it gets caught. Okay. Let's start our single crochets across the bottom of the cup. Try to space them as evenly as you can. Continue all the way across the bottom of the cup. Alright, this is what it looks like so far. To connect your second cup, we're just going to continue to single crochet across. So I'm going to start it just like a regular single crochet. 2 loops on a hook, pull through 2. And single crochet again evenly spaced across the rest of the cup. This will be more sturdy once we go back on a second row. Continue placing single crochets and I'll meet you at the very end of the cup. Okay, we'll place the last single crochet together. This time, well, just like the other side, we are going to chain 100. Of course, this is long, I'm not going to make you watch, but chain 100 and fasten off, and I'll meet you at the other end. Okay, we're going to slip stitch to join on the 15th chain from the cup. Let's attach our yarn. There we go, and then we'll chain 2. 1, 2. We're going to place a half double crochet into the same stitch. And half double crochet into the next. We're going to continue this half double crochet all the way across. Continue this pattern across the cup all the way out to the 15th chain away from the hook. I'll meet you when you get to the very end. Alright, we made it to the end, so let's chain 2. This does not count as a stitch. And we turn it around. I think maybe this row we'll do double crochets. Let's double crochet into the same stitch. And also into the next stitch, and each stitch across. Continue to crochet across the strap, cup, second cup, and the other strap. And I'll meet you at the other side. We're going to chain 4 and turn. The chain 4 counts as a double crochet and a chain together. Okay, we have our 4. We'll turn our work. We're going to skip a stitch and double crochet in the next. Okay, let's do that again. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next. We'll continue this way all the way across. Skip a stitch, double crochet. Sometimes if you're off count like me, you'll have an extra space. So I'll just put another double crochet right here. Okay, we're going to chain 3 because I have 2 double crochets next to each other. So this counts as a double crochet. I'm going to double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, and here's where the pattern repeats itself, where I chain 1, and then I'm going to double crochet into the next double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet into the top of the last double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet into the top of the next double crochet. Okay, once again, we're going to continue this all the way across. After this row, we're going to repeat it one more time. So I will meet you at the other end. We'll do our last chain 1 and double crochet into the last top double crochet. You'll have a total of 3 rows of double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. All right, let's fasten off this last end. Okay, this is how it looks so far. I'm going to take tassels and apply them to each one of the spaces at the bottom. I pre-cut them so they can reach the length of my jeans. I'm going to place one on each one of these spaces. I use 2 pieces of yarn. I fold it in half, tongue-tied. I fold it in half evenly. Then I take my crochet hook and I'm going to stick it into the space like so. Alright, here we go. Insert your hook. Take your loop, just like you're doing a slip stitch. Pull it through. Take the 2 strands and pull them all the way through. And there's your tassel. Okay, I'll show you again. Take 2 strands of yarn, fold it perfectly in half. Insert your hook into the next space. Take the loop, pull it through. Take the other ends and pull it all the way through like you're fastening off. And here's your tassel. We're going to do this all the way around the base of your bralette. I almost forgot the most important part. We got to put the strap on. I start with the wrong side of my project. I like my straps thick, so I double up my yarn. Find the very top of your cup. I like to insert mine through 2 stitches. It makes it a little bit more sturdy. Like I said, I'm crocheting on doubled yarn. There we go. And I make a chain of 75. Okay, I will meet you at the very end of your chain 75. Okay, and let's fasten off our work. Okay, after it's fastened off and nice and tight, we're going to repeat the same thing on the second cup. Attach the yarn, I like a double strand, and we are going to chain 75. Here's the back of our finished project. As an afterthought, I added a second set of straps on the bottom just to make the halter top more secure. Hope you guys like it. And here's the front of it. And I think it turned out pretty well. Easy pattern. Don't forget to click down on the link below and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, everybody.